Hi everyone, so today I have a new collection that Spellbinders has brought out for their April collections. It's the Glimmering Flowers collection. I have the Buttercups and the Curved Sentiments, and I really love that this has actually two sets of sentiments, so we'll talk about those in just a moment. This also has a stencil bundle that you can pick up. So recently Spellbinders have been doing things where if they add a stencil, it's basically a bundle. If the bundle sells out, they still have the plate or the better press plate or however available, but they haven't been putting the stencils separately because I guess it just makes more sense that it would come, something that you would pair up with the plate. So I know the peonies had sold out the bundle, but they still have the Glimmering Peonies plate. I have the Buttercups today, and the bundle is still available, hopefully, if and when you check it out. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thank you for doing that if you would like. A lot of times I'll link to even scrapbook.com. I know right now Spellbinders is having their spring warehouse clearance, and it is so cute the way they marketed the page. It looks really, really lovely, really springy and floral, but they have deals from like $1 for better press plates, some glimmer plates, all these different things. So not the new collections, but some of the other collections, previous collections, club kits, all these things. So definitely check that out. I'll go ahead and link to pop right over to the spring warehouse spring cleaning warehouse sale. I always get those words mixed up. It's a great one. I love their spring sale, and I love their fall sale too. So something to think about. I do also have a couple new items that they brought out that are, like what I call staple items, but they have a new white foam adhesive strips set. It says 14 strips of self-adhesive. Those are your measurements there. And with these guys, you just kind of tear the top. And let's check them out real quick. It doesn't say in there. It does say in there that you can use these foam adhesive strips to build shaker card, windows, or add dimension, obviously, elements to any papercraft project. It's very interesting that there are some different widths in here. I don't know if you can see that within there's like a thinner one here, and then these guys, and then a very thin one at the very end. And they're both like that. Very interesting. So look forward to trying those out. I'll talk about this in just a moment. They're glitter papers. So I do have one sheet of each of their glitter papers. Some of them come in a pack of like jewel tones and then spring collection papers, and then some of them are just gold, just silver, and just champagne. I'm just trying to get it out of this bag. I do get samples, so yours will be packaged, more like in the packaging that they normally would have with all these things with inspo or instruction or whatever it might be. So you can pick up all gold. I think there's 10 of them, and I went before I made this video, and they are also on sale. I don't know if they're in the spring warehouse clearance, or it looks like they're like 30% off, I would say, just my estimation of checking it out. So they are currently on sale. So 10 of gold or 10 of the silver. And these are really great. Cut into them, doesn't shed. They cut really nicely. I know sometimes when you cut into some glitter papers, it's like plasticky and it's impossible to get it out. Like, it just doesn't cut, but these cut really well. Champagne, and I want to make sure that that's gold and champagne, but you can see how gold is more yellow, champagne. It's a little different. This is the jewel tone, I believe. So there's like a red, a purple, green, blue, and some black. And if these are sold in 10s, there's probably 2 of each of these in the jewel tone. And then this is the spring collection, and I love the spring collection, so I have a couple other ones here to show you. This white one, which I love, take your alcoholic markers, you can color on it if you want. If there's a specific color and you really want it to match with something else that you already color with that same alcoholic marker, it'll take it in really nicely and it's cool. Or otherwise, you have this awesome white paper. A lighter green, obviously, than the jewel tone. The jewel tone is very dark, with the blues and everything. A beautiful light blue. This peachy pink, I love it. And then almost a fuchsia pink, but less fuchsia, maybe more hot pink. I don't know. They're just so pretty. So perhaps we'll use those today. With the glimmer, I usually do a whole glimmer plate, but we can do something fun that'll make it so that we can have some background. I think we'll do that. Okay. The fine line bottles. These are really cute. When I saw them, I'm like, oh, and I love the packaging is so sturdy and beautiful. When I have the packaging, it makes me very happy to share that with you guys. But it comes 2 bottles. They do have some measurements on the side. You're obviously going to squeeze them. It does say Spellbinders on there, really cute. It looks like a hypodermic needle. Let's check that out. Okay, let's pop this guy off. And yeah, so basically that's just the lid. That's your needle there, and then it's this guy. So you can pop this back on, obviously. And then, I don't know if it has to be shoved down any further than that. And then again, you have your lid, right? So just always put the lid back on. I'm going to keep that on there. Let's open this up, and you're going to fill it with whatever you have. So I actually have some Barely Art glue. I have tons of refill type glues, but I just grabbed this one. And of course, I grabbed the one that's hardest because it's just a big, huge opening. But let's open it up. Maybe I can open it a little less. Obviously, I want to get the glue going, but I don't want it to go all over the place. I think I even have a little funnel, but I just go for it normally, guys. So I'm just going to put down a little mat. I have usually pretty good luck with this because the glue doesn't normally want to come out too fast. So I kind of watch where it's going to go and hopefully just get it right down in there, see? And I'm just keeping an eye. I did give the bottle a good shake because I haven't used this bottle. I haven't refilled in a while. Obviously it's brand new, but it's been sitting here. Okay, I'm almost to the top, so I'm just going to give it one of these, wipe it off. Obviously I wipe that with my hand, but I don't want to right now. Let's put that lid back on. And I would probably write on there that this is Barely Art glue. And put that back on. And we'll use this today, okay? So I'm not going to use it right now. But again, they are both fine line. So you have two. All right, we'll use that today. So what we are going to do is, let me grab some paper, card base. Do I have a card base already here? No. Okay. I've been cutting a lot of cards and I keep having like A2 size pieces. Oh, actually I have one here. Do I want black card base? Sure. So I'm just going to score this one. It's already cut in half from an A2 size piece of paper, so I'm just, 5.5 by 8.5, so I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. On my absolutely favorite trimmer. And then try to line that up a little bit. I'm just going to grab some paper, turn on the glimmer, grab some foils. I think I have a few colors already. So I'll probably run this guy through 2 times because I want to have all, this one and this one, or this one, then cut them. I want to have all the sentiments. And we will do some toppers and all that kind of good stuff. Ooh, what is this? Look at this piece of paper. It's already cut. I'm just looking at my stash here. Yeah, I must have used this to cut another piece. Okay, so let's, I don't know if this is already 5 3/8 or 5 1/2. Let me check that out. Okay, so it's already 5 1/2. I'm going to do a full 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and then I'm going to chop it down. So I just want to give myself some, I guess I didn't have to do the 4 1/4 part because I could have just left this on here for now. My plan is, if we want to use the glitter paper, maybe peeking out the back, and maybe I'll just use this guy like on the edge here. And then cut the paper smaller and then have that behind. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm planning on. We will see. Let's see. What else? Yeah, that's it for right now. So let me grab some other papers so we can get the glimmering going. And grab my glimmer. And somebody asked the other day in a comment if I just like the glimmer because, it was a gift and that's cool, or because I actually like it and use it and all that kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get this as a gift from anybody. I bought the glimmer. I've only ever used one other, and generally I don't, when I make videos like the Spellbinders one, to say, oh, this one's great, and this one's this, and this, I'll just work with the thing and show you how it works. So I only worked with one other one, and it was much more difficult. That's all I'm going to say. So all I do is turn it on, and it does the timing for you, and I'm telling you, I would say 99.9% of the time it's perfect. So maybe, the paper didn't really want to work with that foil, or you guys know, sometimes with the tangerine foil, for whatever reason, I don't know, I can't work the tangerine foil. It just doesn't work for me. And, I know that. But other than that, it's great. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, no, I can definitely tell you. I picked it up on my own, and I have loved it ever since. Mine is the 2.0, I don't know if that makes a difference for anybody, but if you can even find the original now, I think by now it's probably only the 2.0 you're going to be finding. But I always link it whenever I do a Glimmer video, so it's there for you guys too. And okay, I'll be right back. Warming up. I think I grabbed what I needed. So for my sentiments, I just have some scrap papers, and we don't need too much because they're not that big. I didn't even grab them. Hold on. You know, but just make sure you have space for the die when you go to use it. So I'll probably put it here. Maybe on this opposite side. Looks like that paper had a little scratch on that side. And I'll just do black to bring some of the black background back. And I will also do white paper. Not the thickest white paper ever. I always try to work with the smoother side of whatever paper you have. This one feels a little more grainy on this side, but it feels smoother here. Obviously, you can use, Spellbinders does have specialty paper that is for the Glimmer. But generally for me, I just use the thickest, like the thickest, smoothest cardstock I can find is what I like to use. This blue is actually from the Glimmer of the month. It's really, really pretty. It's Moon Dust. And again, I only cut enough to just let the plate cover it, because you can go over foiling and you don't want to waste it either. So I just try to put as little as I can. I was hoping the other piece might work on there, but I don't know. We'll see. So I like building my sandwich over here. So if you're doing that, it's paper, the face, you know, facing you, the side you want to glimmer, the color facing you, and then this guy. Let me just make sure that I have enough black paper there in that direction. See, that's very close. Let's go in the other way. Let's go in the other direction and see if that's going to be okay. Okay, there. And then that should have plenty. That should be okay. All right. And then, you know, we put a little tape, a little tapey tape to hold that together. And then plate facing down into that, obviously. I'll get another little piece of tape. I just grabbed some that I had on my surface next to me here. So this one I'll probably also cut. Ooh, I cut myself some papers, some pieces that are just so, oh man, is this one gonna make it? I think I'm cutting off a little bit of something. How about, I'll go ahead and use it and not have all of the sentiments, that's okay. So this one has sending prayers, so happy for you, get well soon, have a sweet day, all these fun things. That's almost punny, right? You can use that with all kinds of things. Welcome baby, happy retirement, to the happy couple. I'm just going to place it here to make sure I have a full sentiment, and then if it didn't get in the top one, that's okay. Right? Okay. Actually, let me move this up just a little bit. I always try to be really careful with my foil, because if you scratch it on the other side, you know, it's not great. Oh, you know what? That might work. I was using it the other way, right? That looks like it might work. I mean, I might get the whole sentiment, who knows? And let's see here. One more thing to foil this guy. Put Moon Dust to the side. I think I'm going to use blush. And then we're going to, what's the word? Oh, I'm just going to cut this piece off. I just left that piece for another time, but this is definitely going to be good for sentiments later or something else that is obviously that size. Or right about that size. Put that away. And what I mean put it away is I tuck it into the roll. Okay, we're going to do our stenciling too. Now, like I said, I don't know that I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm trying to see. Also what fits on here, right? Oh, good. I can put it pretty far over and it'll still fit. I'll have to put that back away. We're going to go this way, I suppose. Okay. Let's see here. And yes, I forget to bring out my measuring tool that I have. The Glimmer measuring tool. Or cutting tool. I guess it measures and cuts. Okay, I'll put this back in here. And then, let's see. That's the top where this bud is. That's up. So if I want to just kind of, what am I going to do? Up to here. And a little bit further in. I might end up trimming quite a bit of this away, but let's just say it's like there. I'm just trying to plan on how much I don't need of this. So on this back side, trim this away. I'm just getting between the plate I mean, I can do this more methodically, but there you go. That's still gonna be hanging out there, and that's okay. And actually, I can even maybe move that in a little bit to go right to the edge of my paper, and I'll trim from that side instead. Okay. Or something like that. All right. And I'm gonna hold that down. My platform has been ready. I'm just over here getting everything else ready over here. Let's go ahead and do our sentiments first. And generally I like to do one piece of something at a time, but since these are two pieces like this, I'm gonna put one down here and put one up here, right in the center. I like to put my plates on it right now. You can put your plates on after it tells you it's ready, whatever you want. So I just put them on here, press timer, and it'll flash. When it stops flashing, that means you can run it through your machine, which I use the platform 6. The Spellbinders Platinum 6. Platinum 6 is the word I'm looking for. But I'll be right back. Okay, timer went solid. And I'm just gonna push this out carefully. And I guess I didn't say always your plate touching the surface, because it needs to get the heat on it, right? So put these down, plate touching surface. That one's already ready to go. There it goes. And this guy stayed on a little better. Let's pick that off there. Ooh, remember I said I was going to probably miss some. Did I miss that top one just a little bit there because of the size of the foil that I put on? But that is okay, so let's check these guys out. If you have any overfoiling, I like to erase it. I already plugged this back in. It says platform is ready, so I'm just going to pop this on here. I always like to be as center as I can be, but obviously I don't want that to run off and get smushed. So if you have any overfoiling, just take an eraser and just erase over the top, and you'll see it'll come right away. But these came out perfect, so there we go. An emergency vehicle was passing by, so I paused anyway, and I was pretty much done talking. But if you made this larger and wanted to still use this, you can definitely run this with like a couple of shims. It'll stick to the paper, right? It'll be just like the blue would be there, and then the color of the paper will be showing through, and then you can still use this die to cut it, and now you have a glimmered, completely glimmered piece, right? So if you're planning on doing that, obviously make this paper bigger. I suppose you could still use it and then just do like a cute little end yourself, right? But anyway, just something to think about. That was really fast, and this says it's ready, so we will see. And I don't know if you noticed, I use the thin shim and the plastic every time. I don't care what I'm putting through here. I always just leave it. So it's the full system. I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe if you have like a cardstock or like a chipboard, maybe something that's a little bit thicker, then don't use this one, but I always keep them both on there. Let's see how we did. This guy's a big boy. It's really hot right now. Actually, I'm gonna turn this off. But if you are picking up the 2.0, it comes with like the tools, like this magnetic tool. It'll help you get it off your thing. And unless you can just let it sit there until it cools off. That's okay too. Let's check this out. I mean, perfect. Perfect. That's what I'm telling you. Very seldom does it not come out or not work out. And this looks pretty much perfect. I'm not going to do anything to it. Like I said, the overfoiling, or you might get like, you know what I mean by overfoiling. It's like a little bit of the blush color over here. Okay, just erase it away and it'll come away with an eraser, any eraser. Okay, well, let me clean up a little bit. We'll do our stenciling and die cutting, you know, of these guys, and we will put it all together. Okay, guys, so let's bring this out. And our stencils, which I didn't grab for whatever reason, they're right here, but let me just get those. And I feel like that color, this one here, is kind of tealish blue. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to grab some colors, some inks that are more on the teal side, and I'm still going to use possibly a brush that is blue. It'll be fine. Let's check out the stencil. You know what? I didn't look at it initially. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's see how many. 1, of course, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your packaging will tell you that there are 5 stencils. There are registration marks. I'm just going to pair them up like this, but we have this part and then like an accent to your flowers. It looks like this is greenery, greenery, and greenery. So the first two are your flowers. I will make the middle. I usually go light to dark, so I'll probably still keep that in mind. And I'm totally eyeballing this because the way I placed my plate right off the edge. There we go. That looks about right. It doesn't look right down here though, so let's put it there, there, there. That looks good. So I'm kind of matching up all these spots here. That's some really low tack tape, but that's okay. All right, and like I said, I'll probably start with a lighter color, and then I'll go to a darker color. Just in there. Again, I like to try to circle more in the middle and then out to the edges. So like this one, I would start more at the bottom and then just give a suggestion of that blue at the tip. And this one's just going to have a little bit since that is only the tip. Same thing with this one, start kind of in the center and go out. Right? That was kind of rough blending there, but that's okay. All right. And let's remove that, and I'm sure it's already even more gorgeous. That will rinse off very easily. I am using just water-based dye inks. With Glimmer, I don't think it matters too much if you're using like a hybrid ink or anything like that. If you're using the better press plates, you want to stick to something that is water-based. Well, if you're using the archival inks, so sometimes these other inks can reactivate the ink that you use for the plate. So with this one, doesn't really matter. Let's go from there to maybe this lagoon color. And again, kind of starting at the bottom. Oh, that's nice and deep. Starting in the center. This one can just be a little bit light there. And start at the base here and coming out towards the tip. Try not to get too much over here. I am going to cut that away actually. So, but still you don't want it to look too messy. Oh, this is really pretty. I mean, you guys, that is absolutely gorgeous. And again, you get that variation of tone because we started in the center and then out. And if you just do it all flat, it'll be very flat, right? Which is still pretty, but just give a little something more. You want to try and manipulate your color. Okay, let's put that away. And I didn't grab any greens yet, but let me grab them right now. There are 3 greens, and again, you can play with that. It doesn't have to be green, right? It could be any, whatever you want, something artsy and beautiful. It's all gonna be good. So this is number 3. I am going in order, but with this one, I don't think it matters because you're just, where am I? Over here? Okay. Coloring the different greeneries that they have on here. So this one, I'll still do what I do and do light, medium, and dark, I guess. So I'm starting with the light color. I'll go with this one, and then darker and darker, I suppose. And with this, I don't take as much care as far as, oh, if it's in this, you know, starting in the middle or whatever, because they're smaller and it's not a big deal. Okay, I think that's good. I mean, I love a glimmer plate with a stencil. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, next one up. We have this guy. And again, I don't know why I keep confusing myself where I'm at. It's like, hello, obviously you're at the very left over here. So I'm looking at these leaves. I'm looking at the stem areas. So that's a little trickier, but there we go. Right there. That looks really good. Okay. Let's put that guy down. This guy. And I'm going to go with a little bit darker green. And then the last one, I'll do the darkest green I have here. So again, I'm not cleaning it off or anything in between. I don't really care. I like the variation of maybe a little bit of the green from before is still on here, right? That's why I go to light to dark also. Just everywhere. Okay, I think I got that. Beautiful. And And then the last one, number 5, and it's just finishing off these pretty guys. So let's find where that lays best. Right there, right there. Okay, I see right in there. That looks pretty good. Okay. And now we'll have the darkest green. Just now I will lay it on a little bit thick because I do want it to be very noticeable that it's darker than the last one. I think that's it on this one. You guys. I mean, oh, good thing I told you I was going to cut that off the edge, so that's okay. Look at that. Just a beautiful way that they layered the stencil coloring and everything. Really nice. Okay, I'm going to go rinse that off. And we'll do some trimming and putting this card together. Card base back. This guy we're going to trim down. I'll probably accent it with some gold glittery card. Let's go ahead and cut these guys out. And I don't know if they're just symmetrical, that doesn't matter because it looks pretty much the same either way. But I'm going to just place that down and, you know, just looking top, bottom, left to right, what looks centered to you. That looks pretty good right there. Yep, okay. And then when I put my tape, I always put it towards the outside. I don't lay it over the foiling because it could possibly, you know, take it away when you're die cutting. You don't want that. So I'll do that. Do the same with this one, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? I picked this up and they just sat there. Adorable. Look at that. Okay, I'll do my next stack. So funny, I thought I just missed that many things, but it was right there. Look at that. Sorry, it's the water in my hands from washing the stencil. Too funny. Okay. Well, perfect. Very good. So I have all of these guys. And let's do a little bit of cutting, a little trimming. Like I said, this can, you know, it can still cover the whole card front. I mean, that looks really lovely. And then add our sentiment. But I was planning on cutting away quite a bit of this. What was my reason of cutting this other side? I don't remember. Earlier I said maybe I'd cut this left side, but I don't know why. Anyway, so let's put this on here. Right to the very edge of like this leaf. Ooh, right there. Okay. And then we're going to trim this down a little bit, maybe down here. I don't know that I want to cut that little button off over there. So I want 5 3/8 on this one. Okay, let's just make sure. Alright, we're going for it. There we go. So that'll be kind of like a little bit of a matte layer, but I want to finish it off with some of the glitter paper. And dark one. Let's go with the lighter. Now I can put this as a whole matte layer, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, but that'd be a waste of paper. But I also don't want it to look bulky and not somewhere else. So, you know, you just got to think about what it is that you want to do. But either way, I'm going to cut this right now at 5 3/8 because I still need it to be that height. We could have cut them so that they'd be close, hopefully. They're pretty close because I'm eyeballing this at this point. By, you know, whatever's left over here. Let me look really quickly. That's about 1 inch space, so maybe I'll do 1.5 inches. Just so it kind of tucks in a little bit. Let's see how that does. And also I need to compare and see that they're basically the same. If I eyeballed it about right, about the same, very close. That's pretty close. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stick this one down first, knowing my layer, my matte layers, and then I'll bring the other one. Let's use this. And we will see. That is so interesting because this little thing just pops on there, but it stays on. I was afraid it might just like pop off right when you give it some pressure. But it's there. It is a very thin line, not too much glue at all. And let's just pop that guy there. Alright, that looks good. I think this beautiful thing, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Where'd I get these? I'm telling you, I clean off my mats and I'm like, oh, I'm good to go, but then There's always something there. Always something. Yeah, it's a very thin line. That's actually really nice, because sometimes when you squeeze it, it'll still come out kind of a little bit bigger. This is... You would have to squeeze it really hard, I think, if you want it to come out much bigger than that thin line, so that's good. Right over here, and I'm just lining that up. I'm just going to put something on this heavy, just to keep it flat for a moment. I'll choose one of our sentiments, put some dimensionals on it. And right now, honestly, you know, oh, I read you the ones on the one, but from me to you, birthday wishes, just because, many thanks, hello sunshine, sending love, best day ever. I do need a thank you card right now, so I'm going to do many thanks. But, I mean, this covers the gamut, right? So, let me get some dimensionals on that, and I'll be right back. Okay. So, I just realized I missed an opportunity to use that new foam adhesive, because we could have popped this panel up, right? Just put the strips right behind there. So, something to think about. But look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And then we have our many thanks. And I just try to coordinate everything with the blue, basically using that as my inspo. And I will just pop this guy right here. Again, I always have issues knowing if I should make it how it should go, right? If it's straight or however. But I think that looks good. I want to say I kind of make this as straight as I can, let the rest do whatever it's going to do. So there's our gorgeous card with some of these spring glitter papers, some beautiful foiling and stenciling, and then the many thanks. And as I said, they do sell it as a bundle or just the glimmer itself. Maybe you want to color it with watercolors or something else, right? Alcohol ink markers, things like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. I'll have the links for this new collection. I'll have the links for everything that came out in April, and I'll have the link, or it'll just say like all new April 2024 releases, and then a link to the spring cleaning warehouse sale. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.